No one can deny that lyrics and lyric videos, as well as text in all formats, has become a major part of the experience of interacting with music today. Welcome to The Future of What? I'm Portia Sabin, president of the Music Business Association. On today's episode, we talked to Darryl Ballantyne of LyricFind about the way things have changed and new tools they've created for the marketplace. It's all coming up on The Future of What?
Can I have a taste of your ice cream? Can I lick the crumbs from your table? Can I interfere in your crisis? No, mind your own business. No, mind your own business.
My guest today is Darryl Ballantyne. He's the CEO and co-founder of LyricFind. Darryl, welcome to The Future of What?
Oh, thanks for having me on. I'm happy to be joining you on here.
On Friday the 13th, but nothing bad will happen.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
It's fabulous. Okay, so you and I have known each other for quite a while. LyricFind, when you guys started out, was really designed to sort of help license lyrics for the internet. And this was some years ago. And honestly, now when I scroll anything on the internet, if I don't have lyrics, I am annoyed.
And that's just how we like it.
And that's just, yes, I'm sure that's good for you guys.
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely something that has changed a lot over the years. We started off just trying to legalize all of the lyric websites that were out there that were using the content, and it's grown so much that it's everywhere, as you say. It's in every DSP, it's in every music service, really, and it's gone from being a nice to have feature to really truly a must-have feature in the music experience. So it's been a great progression, and we used to just display lyrics as a giant blob of text, and now we have synchronization that our clients use on line by line and word by word. We have translations, we have integrations into so many different platforms that it's been a fun time.
I'll bet. It seems really fun. And how do you generally interact? Do you interact with like labels, management, and artists, or who?
Mostly the music publishers and publishing societies around the world who can control the rights. But we also work with labels and artists to help aggregate content, to have them provide us with their lyrics in the instances where we don't have them. And we work a lot with labels and artists on the lyric video side of the business as well. So that's been a newer area for us, where we've gotten to know kind of that label side a lot more over the past couple of years.
That's really interesting. It's also interesting to me because I feel like what you guys do has gotten even more relevant in terms of accuracy of lyrics, because, it's like if you're scrolling TikTok or something, sometimes people have put words, like even if they're just, transcribing what people say, but they're like half the time they're in like terrible English. It's not actually what people are saying. Like it's very random. So I think people probably appreciate more when things are accurate.
Yeah, absolutely. And that really comes into play in a few areas too that we've gotten into more recently. Lyric videos is one of them, where obviously if you get the lyrics wrong in a lyric video, you can't just update it.
Right.
It's there, it's fixed. And that's why tons of lyric videos that are out there that are fan made or that are made by people who aren't intimately familiar with the lyrics have errors in them, and the quality suffers and the experience suffers as a result. And then with translations too, if you've got the lyrics wrong, then the translation is wrong, and it's hard enough to translate song lyrics as it is, let alone what happens if you have the original lyrics wrong. The risk in changing the fundamental meaning or purpose of the song can be much, much higher in those scenarios. So we definitely pride ourselves in being very careful and very focused on quality for those instances and for all the lyrics that we do, to make sure that people get it right.
Wow. So do you guys have to hire the translators?
Yeah, we work with professional translators, and we have professional translators in-house here working on that, because so much of music and lyrics is slang and colloquialisms and other references and things like that. And when you think about regular translation following sentence structure and regular grammar rules, that doesn't really apply to a lot of lyrics.
Right.
If you read lyrics as a sentence half the time, it wouldn't make any sense. So the translation is that much harder, and trying to understand slang to get things right, and not just slang in particular languages, but slang in genres of music to translate that into the right thing. So we break it down even to having like experts in genres of music paired with their language that they're experts in, to make sure that that translation is as accurate as possible.
That is so cool. And it's also really, I feel like you guys have been watching the trend unfold probably from your vantage point because of the globalization of music, like just the interest that people have in K-pop and, regional Mexican, like these genres that have come out of, not nowhere, but like that have really gotten popular lately.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been great to see. And the big cheerleader of that and champion of it on our side has always been Robert Singerman, our SVP of International Publishing, who he's been with us for over 10 years, but even before he started working with us, his mission was music with subtitles and trying to get translations done and trying to put them everywhere. So, he fit in quite well with us, but having that international aspect and that the ability of the translations to connect cultures together and create this deeper understanding of people around the world, music around the world, and cultures around the world, really makes a big difference. And it's been so satisfying for us to see the growth of international music in English-speaking countries and really across all different cultures, where that stuff matters so much more now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's totally true. Actually, it's funny. It's when you just say like, oh, someone's in the lyrics business, all of this stuff probably doesn't come to mind. But now that I'm like talking to you, I'm like, oh my God, there's so many interesting pieces of this for you guys. It's not a boring, like, let's just, write down some lyrics job. It's like quite an interesting field.
That's what it was like 15, 20 years ago.
Right. It was just like, let's write out some lyrics. Like, let's try to get them right. But, and also I think about this a lot with my 13-year-old in the car. We have questionable lyrics coming on all the time. He is probably a lost cause because his dad curses too much at home. So I figure, he's heard it all. But, other people or other people's kids in the car, you worry about what's appropriate to be playing. And I understand you guys have been thinking about this too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a similar story that was a few years ago. Rather than a car, we were out in the boat with the family, and it was my wife and I, my then 5-year-old son, and my parents. And my wife's phone was connected to the boat, just playing music, and all of a sudden Cardi B came on. And I've never seen her move so fast to scramble and skip that song. And my niece and nephew were in the boat too. It was maybe only appropriate for us, maybe not even for us, and that's, I don't know. But being able to filter and measure that content in those types of environments where you've got a family listening environment is key. And that was kind of that was my holy shit moment of like, wait a second, there has to be a better way to manage this, and we have to be able to know that. So we built a product called Lyric IQ, that one of the aspects of it is analyzing the lyrical content of songs to do content filtration on not just the standard like explicit lyrics flag or George Carlin's 7 Dirty Words, but looking at all different aspects of it and categorizing songs based on sexuality, alcohol and drug use, gambling, politics, religion, racism, sexism, all those different things, to be able to filter out things that are not appropriate for different age groups. And really go deeper into that. And one of the key areas for that is the automotive market. And it's exactly that scenario that you were talking about, where you're in the car with your kids and you're listening to the radio, or you've got Spotify streaming and it's just playing random songs, and you don't know what the content is of that song. There's 100 million songs being released a year right now. You as a parent can't possibly know what's appropriate and what isn't. So we can help with that. Lyric IQ can identify, all right, this song has lyrics that flag all of these different categories. And then you can make the decision of, am I going to listen to this song or not? Is it appropriate for my 13-year-old or 8-year-old or 5-year-old that's in the back seat, and take appropriate action? So that's been a really interesting area for us to get into. The automotive market is fascinating, and there's been a lot of changes there on the entertainment side. So being able to integrate Lyric IQ into the automotive environment for that safe, family-friendly listening has been a really interesting journey for us.
Yeah, no doubt. Is there a similar sort of thought process with, like, I don't know, doctors' waiting rooms or something, like the kind of music that's appropriate?
Yeah, absolutely. Like in-store music is definitely another area where that data is being used, and things like long-term care facilities. Right? If you think about retirement homes or nursing homes or things like that, where that type of filtration makes a lot of sense. And it also gets used in the other direction. Maybe I want to make a playlist of songs about drinking or songs about drugs or different things like that. So it can be used to filter content out, but it can also be used to filter content in and provide a great playlisting tool.
Absolutely. That's very cool. Well, it sounds like you guys have your hands full with a lot going on, which is a good thing, right?
Yeah. I'd rather be busy than bored.
Yeah. Totally. Well, Darryl Ballantyne, the CEO and co-founder of LyricFind, thank you so much for being with me today on The Future of What.
Thanks for having me.
And that's our show. Our theme song is Mind Your Own Business by the Delta 5 and is played by permission. Subscribe to our podcast and leave us a review. Today's show was engineered by Clark Buckner at Relationary Marketing in Nashville and was produced by Dana Rogers and Henrik Bick. I'm Portia Sabin, president of the Music Business Association. See you next time.